So, hello everyone. Today we're gonna be reviewing the VIVE XRElite headset in its full glory. That means I'm gonna cover a bit about the deluxe strap. The deluxe pack, accessories, uh, the ultimate trackers, and a full face tracker. Since the release of the headset, there have been reviews, but they weren't really complete. They were not presenting everything this headset was possible. Could present with its state. So right now it's been like quite some time since it's been released, and another additional modules for it have been presented to the public and able to released for the customers. So let's start with reviewing the headset first. It is a little, and we're gonna be for that. I'm gonna compare it to the Quest Pro, which I also happen to own. Compared to the Quest Pro, it is a step back. I'd say even, yep, it is a step back in visual terms. The XRElite has like a little, very tiny sweet spot. If you try to like read the menu or the text or even like an open interface in a VR chat, for example, you probably want to look directly at it. You can't just, move your eye a bit. You're gonna enable eye tracking for that. Yep. Now it should work. Yep. So you can just, the text becomes blurred pretty fast if you look outside of the center zone. So the sweet spot would, is a bit of a downside. It is noticeable during the gameplay. So if a sweet spot is what you're looking at, the priority of you, then you should consider that before purchase. The second thing is the FOV. You get the snorkel goggles effect. You can get used to it. It is present. It is noticeable sometimes, but this is dependable. You can get used to it. Right now, it's hard really for me to establish, but this is where the FOV ends for me. Like, this is my full FOV. And the black zone on the side is pretty huge. You can get used to it. This is not something like a deal breaker or anything, but the snorkel goggles effect is present on this headset, and it is noticeable. Especially once you transition to Quest Pro or from a Quest Pro, you will notice the smaller FOV, and not even in a horizontal way, but also in the vertical. This is around. This is my point of view. Like, this is where my view ends horizontally. So about this vertical thing, right now I can't see my hands right now. And also, yeah, if we go from there, yep, that's where I cannot see my hands anymore. So that will be for the visuals. The colors are okay. They're worse than a Quest Pro, but I'm not the type of person that would pay much attention to it like that much. So if you would try to see it, the colors are pretty personal. So you can just compare it once you get it, probably. But they do work. So yeah, that would be for the colors, headset, and what should I do about? I could talk about the fan. Some reviewers said the fan is pretty loud. For me, it doesn't. It is not that loud during the streaming. It can. You sometimes can notice it, but it's probably gonna be. It is not that bad. You can notice in sometimes when there's there's more things going on, I guess. But it's rather random, I'd say. I've tested this headset for a week, and I noticed the fan spinning for like 2 times maybe. It is pretty loud during the updates, but I do not consider that as an issue because you're not gonna be using your headset while it's updating. So I rate it strictly mainly for VR chat because this is kind of the thing that it enables you to see everything. So yep. And as for the comfort, it is not comfortable out of the box. I do not recommend using it out of the box strictly. The weight distribution is not good. It is front heavy. The things that are supposed to support it from the back do not distribute the weight correctly. It's pointy, and after like using the headset for 5 minutes, and you will notice some sort of discomfort. So I do not recommend using it without the deluxe pack. Once I assembled all the accessories from the deluxe pack, except the face gasket, it is more comfortable than a Quest Pro. I gotta give them that. It is more comfortable. So comfort-wise, if you get the deluxe pack with it, it is better option than the Quest Pro, at least for me. Quest Pro still puts a lot of pressure on the forehead, and because of the strap that goes through your whole head, through the top of your head, on an XRElite, it is less noticeable, and yeah, the headset itself is less weights less. So I'd say the XRElite in terms of a comfort has an advantage over the Quest Pro. Moving to the controllers, I mean, these are the ringed tracked controllers. They lose tracking once you reach behind your back. So it is not a best kind of deal. I mean, yeah, it is pretty old. I mean, if you get a Quest Pro, then your controllers are tracked on the inside tracking, right? So controller-wise, these are worse than a Quest Pro. They are less ergonomic. They lose tracking if they're out of sight of the headset, and they are pretty. They feel pretty cheap. I mean, it's much step back from a Quest Pro. So that's it from me. And they are one very important part. They are not recognized as a VIVE XRElite controllers. They are recognized as a VIVE focus-free controllers. I don't know if if these are the same controllers as in a VIVE focus-free, but I mean, SteamVR does not have a preset for XRElite controllers, and uses them as a VIVE focus-free controllers. So if you will connect your headset to the PC via the VIVE Streaming HUB or the PC VR, you will not be even able to move at first, because what I found is that in order to move, I had to press the analog stick and then set the direction with the controller. So, and I could move only when I had my analog stick pressed. So, I mean, there's a community Steam bindings, I believe that's what it's called, that fixes that. So that's good. And yeah, the grip and the trigger buttons are kind of swapped. I mean, if you get used to grabbing a mirror with your grip button, then by default you're gonna be grabbing things with the trigger. So you should also keep that in mind. Moving on. yeah, so in conclusion, the controllers are cheap. They lose tracking once out of sight, and the SteamVR does not recognize them like properly. So you get a either tinker on your own or get a community key bindings from the SteamVR. It is something you could fix, but for example, I didn't bother really, but yeah, out of the box you can even make a gestures like, see a sign a victory sign. I mean, or even like grip the thing like, clench the fist halfway. It's either all or nothing. I mean, I'm pressing my trigger button like not all the way in, but it already gripped all of it, and I cannot make anything like in between. So keep that in mind. Another thing is the face tracker. And I gotta say, they made the lower part of your face tracking pretty good. It is better than a Quest Pro. For example, if you can see the VRC face tracker column debug here, and yeah, I mean it's better than a Quest Pro because it tracks your tongue, so you can like lick your lips downside upwards. It will recognize them like that. You can do weird weird gestures, weird facial expressions, and like it distinguishes if they're made on the right side or on the left side. That's the thing that Quest Pro lacks. I mean, for example, if I decided to like blow my cheeks, then on a Quest Pro I could blow them like two of them at once. I mean, like that. But on an XRElite, for example, you can blow them independently. So, for example, if I blow my right cheek up, as you can see, they are tracked independently. So that's a thing. That's an advantage over the Quest Pro, definitely. And yeah, I mean, it supports pretty nice facial expressions. I will make just I don't know, like some weird faces now. So yeah, you can judge by yourself. That's so. Speaking about face tracking, it does perform better than a Quest Pro. I cannot say the same thing about the upper part, the eye tracking, because the full face tracker does not support like tracking the eyebrows. Like I can put them all the way up right now, and it does not register on a debug even, I believe. You can't even squint your eyes. I mean, I have them squinted like that, but that is just about that the cheek are registered. I mean, I cannot move my eyebrows up and down. I mean, it is not registered. So, yeah, I mean, full face tracker does not support the eyebrow tracking. It does not track the eyebrows. So, it is better at some use cases than the Quest Pro, and like, for example, the face tracking, but it's worse than the like eye tracking. I mean, it tracks the eyes pretty good, just not the upper part of your face. So that's a thing you should consider between choosing the Quest Pro and XRElite. The other thing is, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, that's a very important part. The VIVE Full Face Tracker consumes a lot of battery. I mean, if you attach it and enable eye tracking and face tracking, this module gets hot, and it even has a warning that this part becomes hot, so you should watch out for it. And it reduces your battery life to 1 hour of playtime. So, I mean, usually without the face tracker, I was able to get around 2 hours, and it charges in about 2 hours. So that's like a regular, let's say, that the standalone headsets, work on their own while streaming to a PC. But yeah, it will reduce your battery time to about an hour. In my case, it was a little under an hour. So keep that in mind.